Mic check. Mic check. Hey, good morning, y'all. Thank you for the good lucks. Mark, Pinky, welcome to the channel. Just getting some final things set up here. Getting warmed up, and then we're going to feature Boris's guide this morning. Should be really fun. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Thank you for the good luck. Glad you're here. Just doing my usual T10 warm-up games while we're waiting to get started. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Everybody got their coffee. Of course I can. That's how we do it here on this channel. Hey, Mike, welcome. Yeah, trust me, we'll be going over everything as thoroughly as I possibly can. And we'll always try to make the content as relatable to everybody as I can. That way you guys can follow along if you'd like. Shit. No, there we go. All right. Just getting warmed up here. We're a little early. We usually get started about 5 minutes after the schedule start, give people time to show up. Should be a really fun day. I always like dialing in Boris guides, Tommy's guides. It's a lot of fun. All right. Is it Neil? If you have any questions during the stream, please don't hesitate to ask. I don't mind answering questions. Help people out. That's why we're here. Oh, I won that? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. How you like that? All right. In case you guys haven't heard, this weekend we're having our first dual stream, and we are facing off against no one else but Franco. Gonna be super fun. And it's gonna be on Sunday. The time will be decided and posted early. So come back, hang out for that dual stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a challenge I've never... Yep, it's Niels. Think Niels Bohr. Okay, all right. Thank you, Niels. Yep, if you got any questions, just let me know, okay? We can try to go over something in a different way, help it make sense. Yeah, so it's exciting. My first dual stream weekend round, and got really great guy Franco. He's a guide maker and shot creator for Tommy's guides. Makes his own guides, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited to have him on the channel. Oh no. Oops. Hey, Bailey. Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate you. Okay. End-bringer technique, guide through the hole, things like that. To be honest, you're choking on 2 or 10. I've even lost a shootout with a massive headwind on the Arctic Forge. Okay, I get that. Okay, cool. Well, glad to have you back. Yeah, we can talk. We'll definitely talk about end-bringer technique. I'm sure we'll be taking some end-bringer shots. And 2 or 10. Yeah, I play that to warm up because it has the Masters needle speed. So it can be kind of tough. There's some good guys on there. So there's no technique to this Endbringer. Max out the top spin, and that is a very small bullseye circle. So it's what we call a no adjust. Hey, thanks, John. Welcome, welcome. All right. Couple more minutes here. This will probably be our last warm-up game. All right. Hey, Jackie. Thank you so much. Welcome. Good to have you. All right. Yeah, no problem, Niels. No problem at all. This channel is supposed to be a community channel where we, have fun and work on. I'm working on, getting better with my technique and trying to help other people with their, learning. And so, the whole point is for all of us to get better, myself included. That wasn't good. My grid settings, if are you on a tablet, Niels? I tell you what, Niels, why don't you look me up on Messenger and private message me, and we'll see what we can do about finding you some grids if you're on a tablet. No problem. All right. Okay, so Neon Palms, brand new course. We're going over Boris's guide today. We're going to see if we can put up a good score here, get qualified today, get everything dialed in the way we need to for our pull. So that'll be fun. All right, so let's talk about this is our first new course in a while. So that's really exciting. I've heard it's not really glitchy, which is exciting. Hole 1, we're going to be setting up with a P6 at max extension, right side of yellow to the right rough fairway. We're then going to be swapping to a P10, side spin 4, wind 10, top spin boost 10. So we're going to be swapping to this ball after the P6. Then we are going to adjust 1-to-1, and we are going to push up based on plus yards after adjustment, or pull back if we're low. He says if you're not practicing, then add 0.1 to push up to be safe. This shot is designed to go for the green, not the hole-in-one. He said shaky needle, great left is better than great right. And then EB School will play P8 minus 55 with max top spin boost. So first thing I'm going to do is set up my in-bringer. So I'm ready with that. And then so I got my EB in there with power 8, ball minus 55% elevation, and then I'll set the slider when I get there if I need to measure it. So far it looks pretty straightforward, but our main concern that we're gonna want to check out on this hole is how shaky is that needle. And since we know hitting a great left is going to be better than a great right, we'll be approaching release from the left to the right. That way, if we miss perfect, we will more than likely miss with a great left. I'm going to also be taking notes for my dial-in and getting myself in the right zone there. We'll take a couple practices if needed, and then we'll go live. We're looking for the best score for the QR we can, using resources available. So, what I do when I am getting ready for a shot, the first thing I do, obviously, is I read the whole guide, and I decide, what clubs I need, what balls I need. I get those in order. I make sure that I'm starting off with the right stuff. That's part of my routine. I'm looking for initial aim. I'm looking for spin, curl, all that stuff, so I know ahead of time and I'm ready to go. So this one doesn't look too bad. So let's give it a practice. Starting off, hole 1, new course. Here we go. Welcome to the channel, everybody. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. If you could like or comment on the video, that would be a big help. And if you are so able, on screen is my tags for my donation, Venmo or PayPal. Helps me keep the channel going, staying, balls and all that good stuff. So we're doing max top to left, and then we're adjusting as straight as we can there. And we're looking at 7-7 adjustment. And then at plus 18, there's a push up of 0.2. And then we want to give it max OP and curl to the top corner of the triangle outside. And we got perfect, so let's see where this goes. So it looks like a great right has potential to clip the rough on the drive. Looks like we're coming in left of the hole. Big slope on the hole there. So I can see why he's saying a great left is better than a great right. Pretty easy putt here. So not bad at all with that shot. Good shot designed by Boris. So Boris on 1. Notes that I'm taking right now. Drive. Great left. Better than great right. And perfect. Needed. On green, right of hole. So that's my notes for that hole. Pretty easy dial in with a hole like that. So we're going to go back and reset. Get ourselves back here. We want the Kingslayer for our setup, and that's all she wrote. So hole 1, nice look by Boris here. Looks like we're just going straight for the green. Getting it to the hole. Maybe a little more left spin might get us there. I'm not really sure. Hey Johnny, welcome. Good to see ya. So we're not really, I don't really dial in hole in 1 par 4s. Just because it's not really in my skill house there. All right, so gonna give this another look. Live, here we go. And we got perfect again. Yeah, that comes really close to that right rough, so be really careful there. And now we'll look at the end-bringer shot. Since we didn't quite make it. So full top spin is full top spin's a little iffy. There we go. That looks like a no adjust EB. I'm going to make sure it's in the right side of the hole there. Small great left. And center cut. There we go. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. First hole is in the cup. Good job by Boris and team on that. Oh, I love it. All right. Here we go. Second hole. This shot designed by Tom. This is a par 4. We're going to be setting up with a P8, side spin 10, wind 6 through 9, top spin boost 4, P8 plus. I'm sorry, not setting up. P8 plus is the ball we're going to use. That ball, side spin 10, wind 6 through 9, top spin boost 4. We're going to set up initially at P8 max extension, red to the left rough. We are going to adjust 1 to 1 and then push up, pull back based on plus yardage. And then max OP, max left curl. The notes on the hole say there are a few P6 balls with enough top spin boost. Use any P8 wind 6 to aim and adjust. Swap then to top spin boost ball. So we always want to try to follow the guide exactly as it's written, because that's our focus here. So I'm going to need to look for a few balls. First ball I'm going to need to look for is a top spin boost for side spin 10 or better. So we got, he says wind 6 to 9. So we have that. Let's do this. Let's go top spin, side spin. All right. So we got, let's see. So wind 6 looks like the only ball we have. And we need a top spin boost 4. The only ball we have in 8. Oh, here we go. We got a precision there. Actually, let's use that precision. We got more of them. So I'm gonna get rid of that ball. I'm not gonna use that. Gonna use precision to get a perfect there. And then we really need a top spin boost 4, side spin 10 for setup to make it easier to set spins. So we'll utilize this ball to set spins. And now what we need is a P8 side spin 6 or win 6 is what he wants us to. Wait a minute, hold on. So we're going to be taking the shot with a wind 8. So what we want is a P8 wind 8 to set up our initial spot and see. So P8 wind 8. There we go. We got this ball. Oops. This ball here will be a great ball to set up with because we'll be able to set our spins. So we can get rid of that. Pin that. Alright. Sometimes you got to go through your balls and figure it out. Hey, Bart, thank you. Welcome to the channel. Alright, everybody. We are on hole 2. Hole 1 went just as planned. Real easy peasy there. No big deal. Hole 2 we're looking at, designed by Tom. So this should be cut. This should be just short of the green. There is no EB notes, but I assume we'll be playing EB just like normal, which is sorry, I'm trying to reset my wind app. I can't remember how to reset it. Started using a new wind app. And we're in B8. So started using a new wind app. We started using Clash Caddy. So I'm still getting used to it. Hey, John, thank you for the good luck. Welcome to the channel, everybody. All right. So setup and shot structure is pretty simple. Max extension P8. Left side of red to the rough fairway. We're going to set spins with this ball all to the left and all the boost. All the left, all the boost. And then we are going to adjust based on a 1-to-1, and then push up based on plus yards after adjustment, and then we will swap balls to the precision and give her a go. So let's have a look at this shot designed by Tom here. Should be pretty interesting. Here we go. Give it a practice. Excuse me. All right, so we're setting up over here. Max to the left, all the boost, all the spin. 10-4 is obviously going to be 10-4. Going to try to straighten out that pull. And there we go. That's 9-4. and that's 10-4. Plus 5 is a 0.5 push-up according to the chart. So you just want to push up 0.5 rings. Then want to swap to our precision ball and give it max OP, max left curl. And as you can see, tiny shake on the needle there, but not bad. Hit perfect. Morning, Nate. All right, hit perfect. Let's see what happens here. And we come up and we're just shy of the green. Great shot, Tom. Really easy. Missing perfect to the right is going to be a problem with that sand trap there, probably. Again, this is another no adjust EB. So, super easy shot. Not much to dial in there, guys. Both shots really simple. I'd say the key to this shot is setting up with the right ball. You want to make sure that you set up with that P8 side spin 10, and then whatever wind you are using for the ball you're taking the shot with. So I'm using a wind 8 to shoot with, so I'm using a wind 8 to set up with. That way it just makes it easier. So hole 2 by Tom. Ball selection is important. And then needs perfect. Great right. Not okay. And then I'm going to put untested there. And left, no adjust EB. So that's my notes for hole 2. So far, pretty easy. Dial in there. What? Are you talking about in my bracket, Gianni? Let's look. Oh, poor Orca. You know, maybe that's why the killer whales are going extinct. All right, let's get back to our setup ball, and let's go ahead and go live with this here. All right. Got the perfect there. Got the nice rollout on the drive. Same results 2 times in a row. Really nice shot design by Tom there. Starting off 2 drops consecutively. Love that. Looking for our best QR because this is the account we will be facing off with Franco against. So I want all the tiebreaker possibilities I can get. All right. So hole 3 is going to be our first par 5 of the course. And I need to run to the restroom real quick. And then we'll get into that. I need to warm up the coffee. So give me just a sec, guys. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. All right, welcome everybody. We're on hole 3, first par 5 of the day. We're dialing in Boris guide. This is the account we'll be taking to the weekend showdown with Banko. So super fun, super exciting. Want to do as best we can. So definitely trying to make sure we got this dial in correct. So let's look at hole 3. This shot is designed by Boris. We're going to be playing the APOC to the sniper. We're going to need a P10, side spin 4, wind 10, top spin boost 6 ball. Our initial setup is going to be max extension P10, right side of the blue ring to the right rough fairway. Hi, Miss Gracie's. Did you come to see Dad's? Yeah. Did you come to see Dad's? Yeah. Miss Gracie stopped by. She needed some loves. 1 sec there, guys. Hi, babies. Hellos. All right. And then we will adjust. We will give it right curl to the top of the outside triangle with the left side of the rubber band. And then circle drop OP, so no shake on the needle to worry about. Our approach is going to be based on landing position. We are going to set up with the bottom white ring to the rough and the red on the right to the bunker. And we're going to set spins 1 square short of the hole, center cup. And then we will have a couple wind angle tweaks of clicks of left curl. We will pull based on landing position and then give it circle break up. And so this will be our first hole that we're going to have to, we may have to dial in according to our pull. So let's unpin these balls. Let's look for our top spin boost 6, side spin 2 ball and see what we got to play with. So we can always switch to a different one. And we got that US Open ball is a nice ball. This St. Andrews ball is a good ball to use. This one is a good ball to use after we set spins. Yeah, and that looks like it for top spin 6 balls. So what I'm going to do is set up with this US Open women's ball to set spins quickly. And then I'll swap to this Independence Day ball to play with just because I have more of them. Typically, I would go live with the higher precision just to try to ensure perfect. But on this hole, we're not doing any real OP, so there'll be no needle shake, so it won't really matter. So we're going to want to give this a look here. I'm just going to start my notes. Hole 3, Boris. And then I'll put drive and leave it blank. And then I write approach. And I just get my notes ready so I can fill them in. All right, so let's take a look at this shot. Give it a go. See what happens. We always play the first run through as per guide, and then adjust from there. So I have to double check everything and kind of get my routine of what I'm gonna do down. If I find that if I stay in the routine. If I stay in my routine, I tend to get better results. All right. All right, so we got perfect. We're looking for 416 on the target yards here. Or as close to it as we can get. And we're right there. Plus 12 is plus 1 to the chart. And we are in, looks like looks like we're in a little left, right of blue. 7, 7. So we're going to pull 7, 8 here. And then we're going to want to give it 2 clicks. Left curl with circle break up. Let's see how that works out. And we just came up right. So we were closer. We were in between blue and yellow, really. I might have needed to give it more of the yellow 4 clicks there. He says in the tip, if you're missing right, pull less 01. So first thing, since we missed, the first thing I do is I go back into my replay and I review the pull angle on the approach to have a look at that. Drive was really easy, APG 417. So no problem with the drive. That's pretty standard. Alright, so getting set up in the right spot there. Okay, now let's look at the pull angle. Looks like I did have some 0-1 on the pull. So my next order of business here is to take another practice, but to straighten out that pull angle and see what happens. Pull angle consistency is very important. It's something I'm working on right now. So that's why I try to take my time with my pull angle. Try to get a routine that allows me an extra few seconds to really nail that down. So right now on approach, no notes per se till I straighten the pull angle out. And then the drive, drive is super straightforward. So, so far so good. Let's take another practice at it. All right. Now we did miss, I think that was a square and a half, square and a half right. So let's just have a look. Little shake at the low wind there. Not bad. See if we get the same type of rollout here. Set 420. Hey! So a little bit farther. I might have had a little OP on it. Too much OP. All right. Okay, center cup, 1 square short. And now I'm going to really focus. That looks better. Plus 10 is -1 of the chart. 8-3 is 8-3, so we're going to pull 8.2. And we are in red, which is no change. And let's see what happens here. I do sometimes watch the shot creators replay. And that's something that I go to like right now, since I've missed right. And I think that that was a pretty straight pull. What I'm going to do is go to Boris's Telegram, which if you subscribe to Boris Guides, you get access to their Telegram hole chats for the holes. And you can do what Michelle has suggested there and watch the pull angle on the approach video or the drive or whatever you're having trouble with. So what I'm doing right now is having a look at Boris's shot, and I want to see what he's doing. So I might be setting up a little too far back. And it looks like he's in... Looks like he's pulling a 59. 59 flick. More than a straight pull there. That's important, and it's a really good suggestion. Always... Boris and Tommy provide hole chats if you subscribe to their guides. That is a good resource and very valuable because it gives you a look at what the original shot creator did with their pull angle. I want to show you on my setup. I think I'm actually too far back as well. I think I'm like a square and a half, or maybe even 2 squares back on my spins. So I want to look at that. So yeah, I set my spins too far back. That's also an issue. Boris set his spins to the end of that light square, which is really one square from the hole. Where I set my spins was 2 squares back. So that is something we have to correct. So now I can write on my approach notes, set spins. I wish I could spell. Set spins to end of light green square before hole. So that is one key piece that I had made a mistake on. And then Boris is pulling a slight 59 flick. What I've been doing is trying not to change my pull angle because I'm trying to establish my own pull angle that's consistent. So we're missing right. So what I could do is set this off to the left side of the cup to try to compensate for that with the straight pull instead of the 59. But we can, I used to try to match the pull angles of the shot creators, and I did fine with it for quite a while. The problem is it's not as consistent as establishing your own pull angle and then tweaking the shot to fit what you pull regularly. Because let's say I'm working on a shot that pulls a 59 flick. Sometimes recreating a 59 that pull angle from practice to live, you can get not quite. Oh, look, it's our friend Milo. You can get not quite enough of the 59 flick live, because it's kind of subjective a little bit. So, what I'm trying to do is be consistent with my pull angle and then make adjustments as needed. This, you guys may know, is my dear friend Milo. He is my friend Thomas's son, and he really loves Golf Clash. And so when he is disabled, and so whenever he sends me an invite, I always stop what I'm doing and at least play 1, maybe 2 games with him. It makes his entire day. He loves it. He has a lot of fun. Stannis, hey, how you doing? Michelle, I am a natural 59, but I never practice. I hear that. I wish I was able to. I'm just not really there yet. I know a lot of people that don't practice, that don't feel the need to. Trial. He has never done this. He's cheating. You guys see this. He's trying to kick my butt on purpose. Lord. Oh my goodness. He's going after it. All right there, Mr. Milo. Here we come. Watch out, pal. All right. So I try not to do too much when I'm playing him. I try to use underpower, curl, things like that instead of and then I don't I don't like purposely let Milo win because sometimes I do, but like not every game. Holy crap, he's going full tilt. All the spin and everything, and look, go Milo, get it. I don't like make it obvious. I want him to win on his own. And he's kicked my butt a few times. He's actually really good. He's such a sweetheart. So bear with us while we give our dear friend a game or two here, and then we'll get back to the guide. All right. All right, he's getting pretty good with that Firefly. He's dropped a couple of them on me to win. He's such a good player. I love playing with him. All right, we got the shootout. Here we go, Milo. I go first. All right, so let's see here. We need just a little top, and then we need curl to see where we go. Oh, no, I hit a great rate. And there you have it. Milo kicks my butt live on the stream. Way to go, Milo. All right, let's get back to our guide. All right, that's my buddy Milo. We love him to death. Thank you for playing with me, Milo. You are so good at this game. He's getting so much better. All right, so let's see. Where were we? Oh, yeah, approach. So, as we saw, and after we reviewed the video, Boris is pulling a 59 flick. We're going to need to offset right of the hole. Our left of the hole to match that with our pull. So, I missed a square right. So, I'm going to set up left of the hole and see how it goes. All right, here we go. And we want to make sure we're setting the correct spins. That can also heavily affect what's going on here. So I'm going to start by setting up outside left of the hole. All right, let me go back to the approach slide. All right. And 417 is what we're looking for. So far, we've shot a 417 and a 420. And let's see where we're at now. 417. So what I'm doing is writing down those drives so I know where the drive consistency is. All right, so spins. Want to be here. And I'm going to move it to the corner of that square there. That'll give me a fixed aim point. Plus 13 is plus 2 to the guide. Uh, 7979, so we're going to pull 8-1. And we are in red again. So just circle break up. And let's see if that corrects it for us. All right, there we go. Oh, just barely missing right. Okay, so the spins to the corner of the light green square on the left is correct. And I think we're going to need to add clicks of curl from there. That way we have a fixed aim point. And then we can adjust. So, one square before the hole. Corner. Oh, I'm sorry. Left corner of square. Left, outside left of hole. And then now what I'm going to do, since we missed just right edge there, is I'm going to add 1 click of curl every wind angle and see if that works. All right, so let's get reset. So as you can see, dialing in a shot, using your own, trying to stay true to your own pole angle, can take a couple practices, but what the end result will be a natural shot for me that I won't have to manipulate trying to copy somebody else's wind angle pole. Excuse me. So there we go. All right. God. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, thank God. All right. Let me get back to the ball I had here. Oh, we are on it. Okay. Milo doesn't understand that sometimes we can't play. And so, oh shit, I went live. Milo just sends the friend request or the game request. And that's fine. It's no big deal. I always make time with him when I can. I've talked to his dad. I've told him I don't mind the requests at all because we really care about Milo. Just there's times, I can't stop what I'm doing and play. And so as long as he is not getting upset, then we're not worried about it, All right, so 8-1. And we want to be right there. Oh, I hit a great right, so we'll get to see what happens there. That's unfortunate. But at least we'll get to see what happens with the great right. And we're right about the same spot. No big deal. 416, 415. A little short on the drive because of the great right. Hopefully it won't mess with our approach too much. All right. So what we're spinning it to here is we're spinning it to this corner. And then we're adding +1 in every +1 left click in every wind angle. We're in red again. 8, 2, and 13 is, or 14 is +3. So 8, 5 is the pull. And then we're going to go circle break up and 1 click of left and see if that gets us the drop. And look at that right there. That gets it. All right. So +1 click left curl. So here are my notes so far for the hole 3. The drive is as per guide. We had 417 times 2. We had 420. And then a great right left us 415 and okay. So that's my drive notes. On the approach, set spins to the end of the light green square just before the hole, left corner of the square outside left of the hole. And then add 1 click left curl. So what we need to do is just verify that's accurate. And so we're going to do one final practice and then we're going to go live and have a look-see. So that's what it takes really to set up and play with your own pull angle, the pull angle that you naturally pull. It does take a second, and sometimes it's harder, to be honest, than it used to be when I tried to match pull angles with the Shot Creator. But I feel like I'm getting better at it. And it's starting to get easier. Like today, setting up that fixed aim point right away made it so we only had to do one more, really one more practice to get what tweak we needed for the hole. Now we just need to verify that. 418 this time on the approach, our drive yards. And let's get our setup done right. So, right there. And then we are spinning to the left corner. Let's see what wind angle we're in now. +8-1, we're in red still. 8-1 at +11 is chart, so that's 8.1 rings. And then we just want to go circle break up and one click of left. And let's have a look. Well, gonna have to look at that replay, see why we still skimmed the right edge. I might have pulled a little wonky. So yeah, getting your own pull angle and repeating that is, it's hard. It's a lot of repetition. You got to keep at it every single time. You know what? I wasn't in the left corner. I was one click right of the left corner. I pulled straight, but I wasn't in the right spot with my spin. I was one click right of where I had set my spin spot. So that's going to be real important. We're going to go ahead and go live with it. I believe our dial-in is correct for our pull. Hey, James, thank you for the good luck. Welcome to the channel. All right, guys, hole 3. We've got to take a few practices, but I think we got it down. Again, the notes, drive as per guide. We've had 417 twice, 418, 420, and then with a great right, we had 415, and it was fine. Just a little short. Approach, we are setting spins to the end of the light green square before the hole, left corner of that square, outside left of the hole, and adding one click of left curl extra to get that drop there. So we're going to go live with our dial in here and see what happens. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate you. We're looking at dropping it here. I think we got the dialing right. We got, what do we get here? 416. So right at drive distance. +14 is +3, 7, 8, so 8, 1. And it looks like we're going to need 3 clicks of left. And let's see what happens there. Oh my God, 1 click too many? No. Oh, Lord. Oh. We were right of blue, almost yellow. Gosh dang. All right. Well, as you can see, sometimes things happen live. That's nature of the game, man. Gosh dang it. That's all right. I think the dial-in is correct. I stand by it. So, next hole, we are playing the first par 3 of the hole. We are setting up according to guide. So, we need a rock and a beginner wood. We need a backspin boost 6 P2 to any wind 10 ball. And what we are going to do is we're going to apply spins with a beginner wood. So we're going to give it, with the beginner wood, we're going to give it 3 backspin boost and then 0.1 right spin. Just barely 2 ticks on there on the right spin. We'll then swap to any wind 10 ball and adjust. And wind speeds 7.2 to 7.6. We need 3 clicks of right curl. And 7.7 to 8.6, we need 0. The notes on the hole say dropped all wind angles and wind speeds. However, low winds starting at 7.6 and below wanted to miss left. Recommend to swap to wind 9 ball and low winds or even add 1 tick right spin. So, we're going to grab our balls and get going here. Of course, like in that dial in on the last hole, right? We finally get a really weird wind angle that we hadn't seen all practice. And that, you know what? That's what that freaking happens so much. It is just like, it's so hard because you can practice, and then go live and get some wonky ass wind angle. And, you just gotta go with it. It's just like, All right, so we're gonna use that ball to set up. And then we need a, just any old wind 10. We're just going to look for one that we have plenty of to practice with. Not our good ones, of course, but we are doing circle break up. So I got 49 of those wind P5s. I'm going to give that a go for practice. Okay, so let's walk through the setup on this hole. One reason you don't practice. Yeah, I hear that. I'm going to give this hole a look here. So we are going to start with the beginner wood. Give it all the backspin boost and 1 or 2 ticks or 0.1 right spin. We are then going to give it max extension and clear ring to the edge of the bunker and the rough on the right. The far right edge of the bunker. We're then going to swap balls, adjust, and then add a right curl in low winds. And then give it circle break up and hit perfect. So let's let me take a smoke break and kind of shake off the voodoo there. That was kind of a harsh miss. All right, I'm going to take a smoke real quick. I'll be right back. And then we'll go into this par 3 and get this drop here. This shot's designed by Tom. Let's see, on a Boris, we were 0 for 1. Yeah, I'm really. Yeah, that's really tough way to go down after figuring it out, but it happens. Always seems like you get that wonky wind angle live. In between two wind angles on the guide. Trying to freaking go and adjust on the fly. Alright, I'll be right back. 1 sec. So, just a little heads up. If we don't drop this hole, I won't be qualifying this account. I'll do it again tomorrow. But what I will do is run through the rest of the holes in practice mode. I'm not going to start off with 2 misses on a practice, on a qualifier. So, let's have a look at this hole here and see what we got. Hey, Bailey, welcome. I was, sir. I needed a minute. All right, so we're going to drop back into our beginner wood, give it all the backspin, and just 2 ticks of right. We're going to jump up here, and we're going to go max extension and right there. Now we're going to swap to our Win 10 ball and adjust. Seven 3 is going to be 5-8. And then in the low wind, we want to give it 3 clicks right curl. So 1, 2, 3. And let's have a look. So we missed left. What Tom said was possibly swapping to Win 9 in low winds. So -6 through 3. Nice job. All right, so we did miss left like Tom predicted. So what I'm going to do is pin a Win 9 ball. But we're going to give it another go and have a look at it. And we're going to try to keep the wind above 7.6. So let me go here and look for a Win 9 ball. Alright, so we got a bunch of those, so we'll pin that just in case. Alright. So back to the beginning. Let's have another look at it. And try to keep that wind above 7.7. Good luck, Bailey, with that round. Sounds like you're starting off strong. All right, so our steps are simple. Basic wood, just 2 clicks of right, clear ring to the edge of that. We are going to swap to that. We are at 8.1. I'm not sure this ball is going to be appropriate. 8.1 is 6.7, 6.7. So we're pushing into OP here. So that's not good. Center ball. I'm not sure if that OP is pushing into OP. Oh, wait, we need to circle break up. Oh, shit. So still missing left. It needs circle break up. I totally missed that. My fault, guys. But pushing into OP on the adjust is not okay. So we're going to need a higher power ball. I totally did not see the circle break up. My bad. Yeah, if you can't, you got to read the whole guide and get it down. Otherwise, you just waste practice tokens. So getting rid of that. Looking for a P6 now, or P7, win 10, and we'll keep our P8, win 9 for the low wins. So let's see. We got this ball here, which I'll probably never use. And if we want to, we can go to a higher precision, but I don't think we'll need to. So, let's go back. All right, we're going to try the P7 for the adjust, just because of that. Hey, Jabber, thank you. Welcome. Glad you're here. All right, we're on hole 4. Trying to get this sorted out. I forgot the circle break up, so that's my fault. So we're gonna get this right here, the steps right, and then we'll understand where we truly are. All right. All right, so we are at 7.7, so we're going to stick with the win 10. And 7.7 is going to be 6.3. And now we want to give it a circle break up. Let's see. Oh, wind resistance and power. Okay. So, whoa, we missed way right. I'm going to go look at Tom's pull angle real quick for this shot. And I bet you 20 bucks he is pulling 59 flick. Wait, he's swapping to the rock? What the hell? Did I miss something else? He's pulling a 12 o'clock pull. Did I miss that? Oh my God, I did. Guys, my bad. I'm screwing everything up here on this hole. I got a little shook up from the miss on 3, I think. So we're supposed to be swapping to the rock. Like, no wonder we're not in the right spot. We're having trouble adjusting into OP. Huh. Goodness. Okay. So he is pulling a straight pull in there. So we want to see why we're missing left. Clearly, I am struggling to follow the steps this morning all of a sudden. So let's try to get this done the right way for the love of Pete. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, swapping to the rock will avoid the old people. Yeah, and we're supposed to swap to rock before we adjust. So that's probably why I'm missing left. Yeah. So, yeah, it happens, guys. All right, so there we go. And then we're going to push up to our landing spot. And then swap to the rock. And swap balls there. 7-6. All right. Is going to be 6-2. And then just circle break up. Oh my God. So we hit a great left. Clearly we're going to miss left. Lord. Sorry, guys. Having a moment, I guess. All right, let's figure it out. I think we have it right. I think everything will be fine. Gotta want to remember to swap to that P9 in low winds here. And I think if we hit perfect, we're good. Personally. All right. These are kind of the struggles you can have when you're new to dialing in. Simple mistakes that cost you resources, cost you time. It's unfortunate, but, it's part of the learning process. It is what it is, man. All right, here we go. 7-6, so we're going to swap to our wind 9 ball. Keep that wind over 7-6 here. And that's a nice straight pull. 8-4 is going to be 7-1. And we just want to give it circle break up. And I hit another. What the freak? Yeah, imagine missing right because you hit a great right. All right. This is getting annoying. But we'll keep at it. Nothing we can do. Slow down. Take our time. The worst thing I could do right now is go live out of frustration without completing the dial-in steps. And I've done that before. It's not good. It's a real bad look. So let's not do that. Let's just focus on getting this done. Main parts are going to be setting up the spins with the beginner wood, switching to the rock after we find our initial aim, and then keeping the wind above 7.6. It's going to be real important on this. Swap there. Swap to our wind 9. All right, 8.1. Is 6-7. And then just circle break up. And look at that there. Nice center cup drop when we follow the steps. Yes, Miss Jackie, it's including coffee, I promise. All right, so look at that, guys. We got a nice center cup drop with keeping the winds over 7-7, following the steps correctly. Let's check our pull angle on the drop. And I think we had the nice straight pull we were looking for. So this whole, if the steps are followed correctly, is not bad at all. You know, sometimes when you're new to stuff, you know, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do things. You just have to remain calm. Keep at it. You know, try your best to regroup. So yeah, nice straight pull there. Looks good. I do want to take one more look at it just because I had so many challenges with the process just to solidify it. And then we will go live and go after that drop. All right. So we can stick with the wind 10 in this wind. Seven nine is going to be 6-5. Nice easy adjustment there. And we just want circle break up. And let's have a look there. Should be a nice confirmation drop for us. Boom, center cup. So, nice confirmation drop. Keys to this hole. Let me take my notes. Hole for... first thing I'm going to write down is follow guide, setup, swap to rock, before adjust, and keep wind above 7.6. All right, so it looks good. I think we can nail this drop, no problem here. Let's get reset, and let's go after it live. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what happens here. We got two center cup drops already. Hoping for a third here. Boom, right side is fine. There we go. That's the dial in. Okay. There we go. Hole 4 dropped. So 3 out of 4 drops. Hole 3 was kind of a fluke, I think. But we are on our way. Hole 5. Okay, we're playing a par 4. We're playing APOC to Endbringer. So this should be hopefully a quick little dial in here. Let's reset our stuff. Get rid of all these balls. And let's have a look at what we're doing. So we are on hole 5. This shot is designed by Boris. We're going to start with P8, no move target, and we're going to shift left 6 rings with the APOC 8, so blue to blue. We are going to then swap to a P10, side spin 6, win 10, top spin boost 10. We are going to adjust and then give it max OP, max left. All right. His notes say max top spin boost EB school P8 minus 55 on the elevation. So I'm going to set that into my wind app. He says usually around 40% slider, but we'd have to measure. He says although can generally play left edge and no adjust. So we will look at that when we get there. So we want to start off with a P8 ball for our setup. Anyone will do. And then, well, actually, you know, it's actually going to be best to go and set, if we got it, set up our, we need a side spin 6. Where's that ball? I know I bought some. Maybe I didn't. Holy crap, I didn't buy any of that ball on this account. That's not good. Wow. It's my main account. How did I not buy that ball? All right, that sucks. So we are... I think after adjust, we could probably swap to a P8, but the needle will probably be shaky as shit. Let me see what I got. Nope, I don't even have a P8 I can swap to. All right. Wow. I screwed up big time there. Did not buy that ball, the ball for this account, I guess. So, wow. Ha! That's weird. All right. Boris all the way. All right. So, that's kind of got me tripping. Oops. Yep, it's right there. I didn't buy any. Wow. Well, that's what happens when you don't have money for every ball sometimes. We're not going to be able to do a dial-in. We're going to have to just go after this because I only got 2 balls. But it is an APOC EB. So here's the setup. Hole 5, Boris. We're going to P8, no move target. So we got our P8 ball and no move target. We are going to shift left 6 rings, blue to blue. We are then going to give it all the top spin, all 3 left spin. And we're going to adjust. Give it max OP, max left curl, and it should be right before the green. So pretty simple setup here. We're just going to have to go live and go for it. So let me just double check. I'm feeling nervous now all of a sudden because I don't have my ball. Let me just regroup here. It's really bad, really unpleasant feeling to not be prepared with enough balls like that. All right. I try to usually buy at least a little bit of every ball, but since starting the channel, you know, it takes more resources than you can imagine. So it's a good time to bring up our donation tags for Venmo and PayPal. If you enjoy the content and would like to help, I can always use the donations for balls and guides and all that good stuff. All right. Hey, Nate's here. What's up, Nate? How you doing? All right, let's go. Let's get after it. Hole 5, no practice, going live. So our first move is shift left 6 rings, blue to blue. And then we want to swap balls. Give it all the boost, all the left spin, and adjust. And then max OP, max left. And we got perfect. Should leave us at 487 around there right before the green. So there we go. Nice, easy shot. Now, he did say that it should be fine to set up left edge, no adjust, with all the boosts. So let's have a look at that. Right there. So, yeah, it looks like that's going to be just fine. So, we just need to get perfect with the end bringer here. Oh, shit, hit a great right. Shouldn't matter. There we go, and that's the drop for hole 5. So, as per guide on hole 5, that's it. That's it. Super easy. EB, left, edge, in cup, no adjust. So, easy peasy on hole 5. Sorry about the ball situation, guys. That's kind of embarrassing. All right, so we're doing well so far. 4 out of 5 drops on the guide. Guide's looking strong. All right, this next shot is another par 5 here. We're playing APOC to cat. So we need a P10 side spin for win 10 ball. And our drive is going to be max extension P10, APOC 8, red ring to the left side of the rough fairway. We're going to give it all the top spin, 1 left spin, adjust, and pull max OP, no curl. So one thing we could do, I can tell you straight away, if you have it on your account, if this is at all a shaky needle, is you could swap to the set up your bag with the correct wood and swap to the extra mile with the Pioneer perk. That will slow down the needle if it's at all shaky. Power and side spin. So our wind resistance. So we need a side spin to our side spin 4 wind 10. And I'm just gonna grab whichever one I got here. There we go. And to make setup faster, we could really grab this ball to set up with, because it's on the drive. It's one left spin, so we can set our spins with that ball. Swap to our other ball to play with, because we're going to need roughly two left spin on the approach. So here we are, set up again, max extension, red to the left rough fairway, max top one left, swap balls, adjust, max OP no curl. Then with the cat 8, we're going to set up with the red to the rough on the right side, and lined up with the edge of the columns, one to the third dark column and the fourth light column. We're going to want the bullseye that's splitting those two columns in the red to the rough. And then we're going to spin the spins just to the hole. We will adjust based on landing position. And then give it clicks of left curl based on wind angle. We'll be hoping for red, which is no clicks. All right. And so here we go. We're going to take a look at it and see. We'd like to get this par 5 for sure, because we missed the last one. So let's have a look. Let's see. First thing I want to check out is how shaky is this needle? And is the swap to the legendary extra mile needed? Alright, so we're going here. And red there. We're doing that. Well, we want to... try to straighten out our pole as best we can. Give it 7.5. We're at plus 13. So little tiny shake. In a higher wind, it would be a lot less. So I don't think it's necessary to swap to the legendary extra mile, but we definitely could if we wanted to. 445 is the target, and we're right there. So setup and on this cat is important. We want to be set up with the bullseye right there at the red at the rough. And then we want to spin the ball guide center cup right to the hole there, just like that. Plus 8 is going to be 6.2 rings. And we are in, of course, in between blue and yellow. So I'm going to give it one click there. And let's see what happens. Oh, I forgot the circle breakup. Gosh dang it, Jason. So no way to know if that's the right move or not. I forgot the circle breakup, which would have brought us in at a different speed. Gosh dang it. All right. Thank goodness it's practice. Mistakes can happen. All right. But the shot looks good. I don't think there's anything. The drive is real simple, not very shaky. I don't think there's any issue there. I will show you what happens when you swap to the extra mile, how much it slows down that. If you do swap to the extra mile, you need to do all the steps with the APOC first, and then swap to the extra mile as a last resort before you take your shot. But I will show you the difference between the two clubs as far as needle shake goes. And the nice thing about the extra mile legendary perk is that it takes all of the possible or accidental clicks of curl out of your drive. So here we go. One practice. All right. So red to the rough line, all of that. Swap ball there, and then straighten out our pull angle here. I'm going to adjust a 4. And now I'm going to show you what happens when you swap to the legendary extra mile. As you can see, completely slow needle. So that's the difference between the two clubs. You know, in that lower wind, it might really make a difference. So 445 is what we're looking for. And we're right at it. So let me not forget the circle break up this time. That will be key. Seven two at +7 is going to be 5-5. And then circle break up. And let's see what happens there. So we still missed just a touch right. Oh, I forgot to check the wind angle because I was screwing around with the spins. Crap. So, oh, the struggles of being new at this game and getting consistent, I'll tell you. I think it's the entire shot structure, everything seems fine. Drive notes are as per guide. EM or LEM swap possible. Approach, we have no freaking clue because I keep screwing it up. So let's get back to our bag and let's try to get this correct. Sorry guys. All right, here we go. All right. So because I was screwing around with the spins too much, it took too long to set them up. I didn't get a chance to check my wind angle, so I could have been in the click of left, which would have dropped the shot. So yeah, that happens. So I'm going to swap to the legendary, especially in these low winds, just to give me the slow needle. And I hit a great left. Jesus effing Christ. All right, come on, guys. Let's see what happens with the great left. See if it screws it up. This doesn't look too bad. We're just going to have a different approach number. 741. So we're short as heck on the drive. That could be a big problem. So plus 15 is not on the table. That's a problem. So 8-5 or plus 16 even, sorry. So let's see, it's 1 plus 1 for every 3. We are 5 over. So plus 2, so 8-5. It'll be 6-9 on the adjust. And we are in red. So just circle break up. And let's see what happens. Just missed right. The problem with the great left, I'm going to put down great left not okay. Because the problem with the great left is it puts us way outside of the range of the table. And we don't know for sure that we made the right adjustment. So, could have over adjusted that by 0.1. So fun times. As you can see, I am still working on consistency, and so sometimes things take a second there. Still, it's a waste of resources. It really is taxing on me as a person because it's frustrating to continuously make mistakes that are really basic and shouldn't. You know, it makes it hard all over. It makes it hard. So all I can do is keep working through it, you know. So let's set that up. Swap our balls. So we're literally already 6 practices into this hole and have not gotten one drop because we haven't followed instructions or we haven't had time to look at our wind angle. And so it's that. Fuck me. I need to take a second, guys. I'm gonna see where this ends up and then probably take a little break for a second here. All right, so that put us at 444, which is only 1 yard shy. I'm gonna try to set this up and see where we are. I need to breathe. Shouldn't be this frustrated. All right. So there we go. 7-7 at plus 11 is 6-1. And we are in blue. So 1 click up and 1 left. And let's see what happens here. See you, Michelle. Good luck. And we still missed. Right. All right. Hey, Barry B. Thank you, sir. We're trying to get on it here. Having my usual struggles. I'm trying not to get out of my zone. So I'm going to take just a quick break. Sorry, guys. And regroup here. I think so far when we've read it, we've missed left 1 click. So I think what I'm going to do is set the ball guide up left edge when I come back, or left of pin when I come back, and go from there. Just give me half a sec, guys, so I can breathe here and shake off these frustrated feelings. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Hey, right. How's everybody? We're on hole 6. We have the option to switch to the legendary extra mile to slow down the needle in low winds. I think that's a good idea in the lower winds. In the higher winds, I don't think it really matters at all. We need to hit perfect on the drive. Great left kind of puts us in a tough spot. As far as what I can tell from the attempts we've had that have been done correctly, we are missing just right. So my first step here is going to be to set the ball guide with the right side of it to the left side of the pin and see if that corrects the issue. Okay, woosah, Jason, woosah. All right, so here we go. And we got our first tweak that we're going to put in place. And then we'll move from there, but that will be our fixed variable. Will be right side of ball guide to left side of pin. Oops. God damn it. Or dang it. Sorry. So minor great right. Let's see what happens with that. That might put us in the rough. Yep, it does. So great rights are not okay. They're not good. It's not going to work. Going to forfeit out of this because we're 30 yards short of the check. And forfeit. So I'm going to swap to the legendary extra mile in all winds. See if that helps. All right. I'm about losing a little patience. Need to breathe a little here. Focus. Okay. The growing pains are tough. Man, it is so tough. It really is. Trying to do everything correctly every time. Working on that progress. You know, it's a challenge. But, you know, the reason I want to do this stuff with you guys and on stream is to kind of show what it takes in this. God dang it! I'm sorry. Gosh. Gosh dang it. Alright, so we're in target yards with the great left. Frustrating, man. And we want to... So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I'm well out of position here. So what I'm going to do is set my spins to there. Plus 10, 8, 2. And then we are in red. 8, 2 is 6, 4. So there, and then circle break up. And let's see if that works. Hey, thank you for the good luck. All right, so we changed it to left edge, and we got the drop. Okay, so even with the great left, there we got the distance. Setting it up to the left side of the pin gave us the drop with a center pull. So that's our dial in. Really not that bad approach. Set ball guide right side to left side of pin. Okay, so we got that down there. Not bad. Hey, thank you for the good luck. I appreciate you. Always good to see ya. All right, so swapping to the legendary extra mile really slows that needle down. Calming the heck down and hitting perfect. I mean, clearly, that's what I need to do. One thing that I can do here is go and swap to higher precision to try to give myself a better shot. Because, you know, I'm clearly having a moment with that. Let's see, where is that ball? That's not what I'm looking for. That one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is swap to the higher precision. Just because I'm clearly having a moment with hitting perfect. And I think the tweak is good. I think everything should go as planned here. So we're going to go live on Give It a Shot and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get the drop here. And if we don't get the drop here, I'll finish the rest of the guide probably in practice mode. So let's go back to the drive slide. Let's get set up correctly. Let's focus on hitting perfect. There we go. Looking for 445 on the target yards there. Nice. Perfect on the approach. I mean, on the drive. 446 is good for me. And we're going to want to set up in our spot. Right there and right there. And we want to look at our spins. And we are not in the right spot. So left edge. We need to be up a little bit. There we go. +7 is going to be 8-2 at +7 is going to be 6-3. So there. 6-3. And circle break up. Oh my God. I'm over it. I'm over it already. We're not qualifying this account. I'm not doing this. With what a horrible. That's a double great left on a slow needle. Just stupid. God damn it. I'll finish out the guide in practice mode and we will go for a better QR tomorrow. I really wanted to get this guide out of the way today. I mean, that is, I think 8 practices totally wasted. All of those balls wasted. Yeah. It's like no wonder this is costing, you know, a ton of money and a ton of time, and you know, it's hard. It's just freaking hard to be consistent. It's hard to do stuff, and I just hate that. It just is so ridiculous. So, all right, we are exiting out of here. Next hole, we're gonna play and dial in practice mode. So, here we go. Let's take our perk off. We are setting up at a with need the Grim Reaper for spins. Oops. No, that was the right one. Yeah. So we need a side spin 10, wind resistant ball. Any side spin 10, wind 10 will do. I'm going to use this P4 because I have a few of them. So what we're going to do is set the top spin with the Grim Reaper rate, add 4-point right spin. We're going to set up with the ball guide to the hole with the yellow bottom to the bunker. We are going to give it clicks of OP based on wind angle and adjust and then center ball and hit perfect. So here we go. We're going to go into practice mode and hole 7 here. This shot is designed by Tom. So hopefully we'll be able to get this down here first couple tries and get through the rest of this guide. So we want to drop back to our Grim Reaper max top and 4.8 right, and then we want to set up right down here, right there, ball guide, center cup like that, and then check our wind angle, try to pull as straight as possible there. We are in the red, which is no change. 7-3 is going to be 5-4. And then we're just going to want to center ball and hit perfect. And let's see what happens there. How many accounts do I have? I have 3 accounts. So nice center cup drop, easy peasy. You need to play this shot APG with a 12 o'clock pull and set up spot. Set up spot spins are your focus. Pretty easy shot though there by Tom. So we need to now swap balls, go back in and forfeit that hole so we get a bogey and don't qualify the account. Let's go. I have 3 accounts. I have one other that's resting that I planned on playing the QR so I could have some extra looks at the OR before I played against Franco in the WR. So we'll have a look there. So that's hole 7, super easy. Not a big deal. So there's a few other people to go. We are on hole 8. So what I'm going to do instead of forfeiting the next hole is go in and take a bunch of shots so I don't accidentally qualify with like a 4. All right, our next drive is a rock to APOC and B52 par 4. We are going to set up at the rock max arrests P6 left to the left side of the red to the rough fairway line at max rest. We're going to swap to the APOC. Well, first we'll give it 5 top 1 right with the rock. Swap to the APOC. Adjust and just center ball from there. No OP. And then the approach, we are going to do a top white pin check. We're going to put the red to the rough line. And we are going to spin, and in the joint of columns, the second and third columns from the right of the pin. We're going to spin the ball guide just through the hole. It's going to take just about 4 right spin for that. And then we will adjust based on our check and center ball hit perfect. So not really bad setup there. We need a P6. And we need, actually what we want is a P6 with a side spin 1 to set up. Our side spin 2. And then we want a side spin 8 ball, P4 plus for the approach. So I'm just going to see what we got a bunch of, so I don't waste a bunch of balls here. I already wasted too many of this dial-in, screwing up, so let's see. All right. Let's use that. I don't know what happened to our music. That silence is kind of ominous. There we go. All right, so there we go, setting up hole 8. So max rest, left side red of the rock to the left rough fairway. 5 top, 1 right. We're going to set up with this P6 ball with 1 spin, make spins easier. Swap to the APOC. And so we could swap to the P8 and adjust, and even swap to that P4 after, you know, just for ball inventory sake if we wanted to. But pretty straightforward. So we're going to give it a go here. Have a look and see if we can get this dialed in for you. Going to try to push through these last 2 holes so we can get out of here. So we want to be here like that. And swap to our APOC B52 bag. Swap balls. And we want to straighten out that pull there. Give it 8-3. And now we can swap to the P4. And we just want to give it center ball. No OP. Hit perfect. 352 is what we're looking for on the target yard. So we're going to try to get there. And see where we're at. .352. Top white pin check and then setup spot. So let's get down here. Top white pin check is +3. Setup spot is going to be red to the rough and bullseye right there. And then we're going to spin the ball guide just through the hole like that. Our check was +3, which is chart. So we're going to try to straighten out our pull angle. And pull 7.5 is 7.5. There. And then center ball, no tweaks. And let's have a look. Coming in nice. And center cup. So there we go. That's hole 8. Make sure on the drive that you are pulling 12 o'clock and that you have, make sure you have correct Ball for the approach. Side spin 8 plus. And then for the approach, mind your setup spot. And 12 o'clock, pull. And ball guide through hole. Those are vital. So let's exit out of here. Other than that, super easy, straightforward shot. Nice job, Boris. I really wish we hadn't screwed up this account because that would be super easy to qualify with the highest score based on this dial-in, I think. So let's go in here to hole 8. Let's get our score down so we don't qualify. Yeah, really sorry about that, guys. It really bums me out when things end up that way. Alright, so our last hole, hole 9, is going to be a par 3, the last par 3. So we want to take some time, make sure we got this dialed. Par 3s are crucial no matter what. So it's important. Since we're ending on a par 3, it's going to be really important we get this the way we want it. All right. Oh, almost dropped that. Okay. It's going to max out my strokes so my account doesn't qualify. So holes 7 and 8, you know, great shots, exactly APG. That's nice to know. Just kind of tells you the quality of Boris guides for sure. I think there's no reason you couldn't qualify with a negative 20 on this account using this guide, negative 21. No problem. So we are going to look at shot 9, hole 9, par 3, shot designed by Boris. So what we are doing, it's a par 3. So what we're doing is we're setting up with a QB and we're swapping to the APOC. So we're going to set up QB P6 max extension, blue to the fringe fairway. We're then going to swap to our APOC and give it max back and 5 left spin. So we need a P6 plus side spin 10 ball. So let's go here and see what we got. So we got, I don't want to use that. It's got backspin on it. Now we got that ball we can set up with. And then we could play anything else higher than a P6. So I'm going to practice with this ball because I just don't care about it. No. So we're going to set up with that P6 so we can set the spins real easy once we swap to APOC. And then we'll swap balls, adjust, and take the shot with the other one. So, okay, P6, max extension, blue to the fringe, fairway on the left-hand side. We are going to then swap to the APOC, apply spin, swap balls, adjust. Wind angle will determine how much OP we give it. Circle drop is base. which is in the middle of the sand to the left of the water. Left of that, left of the skinny tree is +1 OP. And then right of that, right of the skinny tree in the water will be -1. So circle drop just before. So pretty easy setup. But let's see if we can get it dialed in. And then we will be done screwing around for the day. And I got to eat lunch. All right, here we go. Final hole dial in. And let's move on. Okay, so we want to set up right here to the fringe fairway. Swap to our APOC. Give it everything we got. Swap balls. And now we want to adjust. We want a nice straight pull if we can here. So 1, 2, 3. There. We are in between blue and yellow, of course. Why wouldn't we be? In the story of our freaking day all day. 7-5 is going to be 7-3. Adjust. And then we want to give it just circle drop OP. No curl. And let's have a look at it. See where we end up. And way over the rough there. Probably should have gone just before circle drop. Not a good look on us there. Being between wind angles is rough. I also need to check and see what I pulled. If I accidentally pulled 01 or 59. So let's go have a look. Well, you didn't miss anything special, Brock. Believe that. All right, setup spot is correct. We are going all of that and all of that. Okay, and let's look at our pull because we missed. So looks pretty straight to me, to be honest. Well, what's that switch? Yeah, it looks pretty straight to me, to be honest. We should have went just before circle drop, but we weren't all the way in yellow. We were in between. So my guess is if you're in between blue and yellow, go just before circle drop OP. Because we had a nice pull and we still missed the rough. So let's give it another look before we go to the video to get an idea of what Boris is pulling if we miss the rough again. So here we go. New course is cool. Honestly, the dial-in was great. I just absolutely, yeah. Wasted all about 8 balls, 9 balls on a hole that we should have dialed in really quickly, and we didn't. Missed live on our life, so that sucked. Just basically ruined it, wasted a whole lot of time. Alright, so we are 7-7 and going for, goddamn son of a, I hate that when I bump my screen. Ruins my pull angle, everything. 7-5 here, and we are in between blue and red. I cannot seem to get a correct, and I hit a great. I'm going to just lose my cool, I think. Oh my God. What a day. What a day. Alright, so that looked a lot better on the setup spot. Can't tell a result if you don't hit perfect, of course. So I'm going to go back and do it again. and give it one more look here. Last 2 holes went super smooth. So I'll be back later on this after lunch to do Tommy guide. Hopefully we'll see how that goes. I would like to qualify 1 account at least today. So I'm not having to work my ass off trying to get all my accounts qualified on different days. The rest of the week. Now, see that there? I don't know that we're in the right setup spot, to be honest. So we're actually in a pull angle this time. 7-9 is 7-7. So this is going to be just before circle drop OP. God damn it. Why was that? I think I set up in the wrong spot. Oops, I didn't do that on purpose. Okay. Last hole of the dial-in. I mean, we got all the shots to drop. We got our dial-in complete. I think that it's solid. I just, lots of issues live. Too many practice attempts on hole 6. Wasted a lot of balls because of mistakes, stupid things, hitting grates. Just absolute frustration from there. Oh yeah, then we found out that we didn't buy a ball we absolutely freaking need. That was the other frustration. Yeah. I really can't believe I didn't buy that ball, and this is my main freaking account. But yeah, that happens. Alright, so now we're way past red. 8-2 is 8-0. Circle drop +1. Circle drop and 1 click. I'm done, guys. I'm sorry. I'm beyond frustrated. I'll finish 9 tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Again, sorry about the stream. It's not been pleasant. Trying to keep positive. It gets really difficult after that many tries and that many mistakes. So I hope you guys have a good day. We'll be back later to do Tommy's guide. And everybody, good luck out there.